I finally realized that all my fear and my uncomfortable feeling with the people are from that, traumatic event. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of my healing journey. And that was the beginning of me thinking about helping other survivors.
Hi there, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Hecate, and this is Finding Okay, a healing podcast for survivors of sexual assault and any and all abuse. Today, I'm joined by Michelle M. Kang. Michelle was born in South Korea, and she is the current Dean of the School of Foreign Languages at Saigon International University in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. A survivor herself, Michelle is the founder and president of One Life, One Heart International, a nonprofit organization which aims to help underserved sexual abuse survivors by offering culturally sensitive community support. She has dedicated herself to creating safe spaces where survivors can feel heard, regain their self-confidence, and fulfill their purpose in life. And now it's time for trigger and content warnings for this episode include the following: trauma, abuse, PTSD, sexual assault, child abuse, incest, religion, and spirituality. Please check in with yourself and make sure you're all right to continue. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I'd like to begin by asking, are you okay?
I am more than okay. I am feeling excellent. I mean, just for today, I am exhausted because we have been hosting an international education evaluation team for a week. So today was the last day, so I feel exhausted. But in terms of sexual abuse and my healing, I am feeling excellent.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to hear a compliment that you've received that you have never forgotten.
When I was in undergraduate school, one of the instructors said to me, "You have eyes like a deer." I can't, I can't forget that, that comment. I didn't ask, what do you mean? But I still remember that because I think she was the only person who said that. So I still remember it. It's a long time ago and still remember. Yes.
It's funny the things that just stick with you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
And maybe two more people talked about my eyes, but yeah, that's the comment that I still remember very clearly. So, but back in the days, I was very shy, so I didn't ask, what do you mean? I just remember what she said.
And what is your favorite color or color combination, and what do you associate with it?
I thought very, very hard about that because I actually feel it's very difficult to answer the question, what is your favorite color? Because I enjoy multiple colors, Always, it's very difficult to answer a question, what is your favorite? What is the most? It's very difficult. But I would say, because you asked me, I would say pink, pink. Different levels of pink, the different levels of pink, the color pink, and I associate a beautiful and peaceful world with it, and there is nothing like violence or whatever. It's so beautiful and wonderful, and that's it. That kind of world. Yeah.
I like that. I haven't heard that association, but that actually, it makes a lot of sense. I like that. I switched the little moon lamp in the background to pink for you.
Yes. Oh, thank you for that.
Oh,
You think about cherry blossoms, so many
yeah.
different kinds of pink. It's so amazing. So I like all kinds of pink.
Nice. What 5 things best represent you as a person?
Five things. It should be, you mean things, uh, objects, or just anything?
It can
What
it
do you
can
mean by?
be, they don't have to be tangible. Like you
Uh-huh.
go with your gut and like whatever you want. It can be a
Mm,
song, it can
mm,
be,
mm.
family, or like it doesn't have to be tangible. So it's entirely up to you.
Oh, since you mentioned song, yeah, that gives me a hint. First of all, yeah, made some list. So a thirst for learning. Yeah, I always have a thirst for learning. I just enjoy learning just about anything. And that was me. I mean, since I was very young, um, and I enjoy doing it. So it's kind of weird. And desire to help those in need. Yeah, I am ready to help, actually. But now I know that some people don't enjoy your help. Some people don't want it. So I need a permission before I get to take action. I just learned it. So now I don't take action immediately. I ask if I can help. So that's something different. But anyway, I am ready to help. Um, the third thing is I pursue beauty, both visible and invisible. So it's beauty. By beauty, I don't really mean beautiful faces, like somebody, like right.
Mhm.
Just that. How can I describe it? Like, yeah, it's beautiful mind, a beautiful color, beautiful flowers, whatever it is, whatever they are, beauty is what I, yeah, pursue. Uh, because of that, I also always care about myself because, how I look affects others, right? If I look terrible, they are not happy. I make others, unhappy. So yeah, I take care of myself. The first one will be striving for excellence. Once I choose to do something, I just want to be the best. But what if I don't choose? I don't care. So that's me. So I think God would has been so patient to wait until I understand what He wants me to do, because I ignored it. And when I finally decided to do it, everything changed.
Mhm.
And so excellence, uh, excellence in what I choose to do. And the fifth one is, pursuing sincerity and honesty and authenticity, that kind of a thing. I hate I hate to lie people, etc. So if I really have to, uh, I, it's not a lie. But if I have to say something that I think I have to say something else, then I try hard to find anything so I can relate to it, right? In that case, I don't lie to people, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I have something that I can provide. So it's not a lie. So I really have that kind of a mind. If I say something that is not true, I keep thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
I love that all of your answers were intangible and that they were all like
Mm,
core values. That's really beautiful. Thank
mm,
you.
mm. Thank you.
And I would love to know, what are 3 essentials to your self-care?
First of all, reading. I read a lot. So reading, like a reading print books, or listening to audiobooks, whatever format it is, whatever modality it is. I enjoy reading. The second thing is I enjoy outdoor activities, whether it is a sports or gardening or whatever. I enjoy outdoor activities. And the third thing is I enjoy traveling. Yeah, so those three things are at the top.
Do you have a garden at home?
At the moment, no, but in the future, actually. But but come to think of it, one time I wanted to be a musician, but I didn't say anything. Oh, that's weird. What are the five things, and also what are the three essentials? I didn't include the music. That's weird. Anyway, and music is me also. Music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
All kinds, but one time, like in my teens, I wanted to be an opera singer. So music is me, but in the list I didn't even mention anything related to music. So that's weird. But
I'm so glad you mentioned it now. It's so important and it's so healing.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Do you play an instrument?
I am vocal over playing, so just a little bit playing piano, very little, and some other things, but I haven't focused on any particular thing. But if I have time, I'll try to make time to learn something.
Nice. And I would, I'd love to know more about you and what you do. So if you can tell me a little bit about that.
So I am an administrator at a university located in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So I have been serving in this education institution since 2014. So it's been quite a while. I've learned a lot, and through my roles and responsibilities, I discovered myself, about my strengths and areas of improvement. So areas for improvement. So it was a very, very rewarding journey here. And then I have 2 PhDs. Wow. So in between, I also I was in marriage and I had 3 kids because my ex-husband wanted 3 kids. I wanted 1, but he wanted 3 kids, and then I just accepted it. That's why I had a mom of 3 kids, but they're all now with their father. So I'm by myself, and I really enjoy being on my own. It's just so much precious. Every single moment is so precious. I mean, just every day, every moment, I am just growing. So precious. I thank God every time, every day. I might struggle, but that's not because of me, but because of other things. So that's a challenge. Because I know I myself is growing every day. So when I am angry, or when I feel I am challenged, that's not me. That's not from me, but from my environment and surroundings and other people.
Yeah.
So that's a huge challenge, I think.
It's important to have that centered self, and and then circumstances are what they are, and
sorry, I cannot help with the screen. It should be like this, but then I have to hold my phone, so it's very difficult. So sorry about that.
Whatever works is totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So I would love to know more about your degrees. What degrees do you hold? You mentioned 2 PhDs, which is incredible.
One is from South Korea, English linguistics, and the other is from the US, I got my second PhD in education.
Wow.
Mhm.
Were you always interested in linguistics growing up, or how did that happen?
And linguistics and education. Also, I began with the linguistics. It was not actually based on what I really wanted. It was based on what I could choose back in the
Okay.
days. Yeah, so at the time I wanted to study something else, but then I could not choose it. So that was finally what I chose.
Okay.
And then I became an educator. Then I realized that I need to study education to be an educator. So yeah, that was a motivation to get back to school and study more. But everything is related to education. I'm no, sorry, the language teaching. Even in education program, my focus was literacy and English, the language, second language learning. So everything I studied is related to languages and language teaching and learning.
Wow.
Mhm.
And I'd love to know more about your nonprofit.
The name of my nonprofit is One Life, One Heart. So based on my own lived experience, I just chose that name. I created that name, One Life, One Heart. We have one life and we have one heart. It's very precious, just one thing. How are you going to take care of that, right? So, and it's you, right? You cannot delegate your responsibility about yourself to others. I mean, they're going to make it horrible, right? Maybe. Or maybe doing better, I don't know. But anyway, I would not delegate my responsibility. So I think it's very, very important, and that's why also it's precious. When something is just that's it, then it's very precious. So every single person is precious and important. That's because they are individually the only thing, right? It's very, very precious.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I created the name of the nonprofit. Our goal is providing community-based program for particularly the underserved um, sexual abuse survivors. So I said community based. So there are parts in the program they can adapt based on the cultural norms within their community. So not everything, but partly they can adapt the program the way they want. They cannot change everything, right? Because our program is our own property, intellectual property, so they can, but they can partly. So we mentioned that in the agreement, license agreement. Yeah, so that's one thing we are doing.
Can I ask more about the cultural adaptation? Are you able to give me an example? I'm very curious.
Sure. So within a community, there are do's and don'ts, and also there are kinds of norms, especially in the U.S. And then there is a diversity wherever you go, in almost all states. There is a diversity, and they are coming from all around the world, and they make one community, but just geographically or physically they live in the same community. But then when you actually get into that community, there is a diversity, right? How can you serve people from all different backgrounds, but then creating one community. So I wanted to provide a program that could accommodate the diversity in terms of culture, so that nobody might be left out. I just wanted to develop a program because throughout my healing journey, I actually didn't try so many different kinds of programs or intervention, etc. But I tried just some, like, and I tried only some. Try to talk with some people. The number is very, very limited. To me. But then I was very unsuccessful. So that experience helped me understand the people that I have to talk to when it comes to healing. They need to have the kind of heart. They need to have the kind of ears. They need to have the kind of mouth, etc. They need that. So in one word, we might say empathy, right? So it's very important. But then once people who are coming from all different backgrounds make one community, they also get to be assimilated, right? So that's how they probably develop their own culture again. So anyhow, there are parts they can adapt our program so that they can incorporate their own culture into that program. Like a language, for example, when you respond to somebody, it's different, right? If you go to Japan, if you go to China or Vietnam, depending on the cultures, people can be direct, specific, or people can be indirect, just quiet and listening, etc. So if people don't understand the diversity of a culture, they just misunderstand and just judge other people from other backgrounds and just shut the door of a conversation, and that would be it.
Yeah. It's difficult too to provide such an incredibly sensitive support when you are misstepping culturally and possibly causing offense. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
But the good news is that anyhow, wherever you are coming from, you live within a community and you become a part of that community. And time gives you an opportunity to be assimilated, right? So that's how wherever you are coming from, you become a part of that community. So I thought that it's possible that people within one community can use our program the way they can benefit from it, because somehow they can adapt our program. There are core volunteers and volunteer on-site, other volunteers. The core volunteers can be trained by us. We provide the volunteer training for core volunteers. And then after that, core volunteers can run our program within their community. So for example, they recruit the volunteers, they will train their volunteers because we provide volunteer training guides and etc. But then if they need our help, we are willing to help. Absolutely. What else? And we we want to serve the mental health needs of sexual abuse survivors, mental health needs, because we are focusing on healing and empowerment, not as a medical expert, but as a non-medical expert. So we are not actually focusing on, counseling. We are focusing on observation, providing feedback, and then maybe because this is a community-based program, the participants may want to move to the next step. So maybe they can go to a clinic, right? Like a professional clinic, hospitals, or any kind of intervention program. So our program is very, very like a layperson based,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm not medical person, but I know a lot about language and culture. So through those instruments, using those instruments, I help people to discover where they are, what they want, or what they need to do for their journey to healing and empowerment. So we want them to find out what is the next step for them, right? So we don't focus on healing, we focus on listening and providing feedback, because we are going to observe what they are doing in our program. Yeah.
I like that a lot. So someone, would be able to seek that like medical or professional, support elsewhere, and then through you be able to connect with other survivors and have a sense of community support, which is incredibly important. And personally, in my own healing journey, I ended up having a lot of that more like professional help, and it left me feeling really disconnected because I wasn't able to speak with other survivors and feel like the person sitting across from me understood firsthand, what I was talking about. Having both, I think, would be extremely beneficial. So, yeah. And I'd love to transition to ask about your story and your healing journey.
My story is horrible because one of my brothers actually became a perpetrator. So within a family, I mean, he's not my step brother. He's my own brother, and because he and I were 12 years apart. He was already like an adult, and when I was only 4 or 5, he's already a teenager, and also he was he was living and going to school in another city. Sometimes he's back home, and he did that kind of things. So he was a teenager. He probably had a lot of curiosity about body, right? And hormone he's going through in his body is different now, etc. So I mean, I still don't feel like I forgave him. About other perpetrator, I don't care. But when it comes to my own brother, I don't feel like I forgave him. I cannot. I just leave them up to my God. I always say to my God, I don't care. You do whatever you want. I cannot say anything about that guy.
Yeah.
And I haven't visited my hometown since 2008. Because he is now living with my mother in my hometown. Yeah, in South Korea, my mom now is alone home in my hometown, and my eldest brother, together with his wife, moved into my mother's house, and they live together. So I never want to visit. Yeah, that kind of thing is happening to my life. I don't want to see him.
No, of course not. Can I ask if if you ever disclosed that abuse to your family? Did they know?
I have never talked to anybody. Never,
Okay.
never.
And can I ask, what age were you when the abuse stopped? How long did this go on?
Between the age of 5 and 7. Yeah,
Mhm.
it didn't go too long, but that was a kind of a beginning of me experiencing sexual abuse. And that made me so vulnerable and uncomfortable, you know, getting along with the people. And yeah, so it was the beginning of my tragedy in my life.
Mhm.
And when I was in maybe in my fifth grade, I even tried to destroy my uh, memory capacity. So it was horrible. Come to think of it, so horrible. So that affected me so negatively. So finally, when I was in my late teens, I couldn't remember so minor things because of my effort to destroy my memory.
Mhm.
So it was so terrible and tragic.
So you
Uh,
were focusing on trying to block out or erase
exactly.
memories?
Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay, nothing happened. I mean, in my
Mhm.
life, there was no such thing as like a childhood. I don't have anything like that. I just kept, like, what is it? Yeah, I kept saying to me like that, and that affected so much to my memory capacity. And when I finally was in, late teens or even in my college, I had so much trouble remembering things. It
Mhm.
was horrible, especially in the presentation, oral presentation. I just forget, and I cannot remember what I have to say. Right?
Mhm.
It's a horror. It's a horror. It's just like a horror movie. And then
Yeah.
that gives me, fear when I next time when I have to do the same thing, right? What if I make the same mistake, right? What if I don't remember again? So now I'm absolutely fine, but it was
Mhm.
so much, yeah, so much terrible, so terrible. I didn't understand what's going on in my life, why I had to go through so many ups and downs and that kind of challenge, etc. And always, well, I was not a regular church goer, but always I did talk to God, and asked God, what is your purpose? Why did you bring me here and made me go through this? What is it? Just yeah, that is what happened. And then finally, when I've been through everything and realized something so beyond my understanding, I just cannot understand the immense patience and love and etc. It's just so much to me. I don't feel I deserve that kind of love.
You do.
Um, yeah, so I just thank you. I just thank God, and from my experience also, I learned that God does not give people challenges. I think he chooses people who can bear with those kind of challenges he's going to send.
Mhm.
Um, and then at the same time, he patiently waits until they realize what the challenges are for.
Mhm.
It's just amazing. I cannot say how I feel.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, this is the perfect opportunity. I did want to ask, what role religion or spirituality, plays in your healing. And yeah,
It
so
was so much.
if you want to take a moment to talk about how that has helped in your healing or what role it plays, I want to make space for that.
Mhm. So, like I said before, I was not happy. I didn't understand why I had to go through so many challenges and so much trouble. I didn't try to think that God was loving me. I just kept asking the same question: what is it? Why is it? Why is it for me? Why do I deserve it? It's all kinds of questions. But then he never left me alone in the way I couldn't get out of uh, a trouble. Always, when I was in a kind of a trouble, he gave me something through which I could get out of it. It's so amazing. For example, it's a very simple example, but for example, one time I still remember in my bank account, I had only like maybe less than $10 or something. So I thought, how can I how can I survive? The next day, there was a place I could get money. So I don't. It's just very small things, but it was like this, yeah. So there was never one thing, one time, he just left me alone and just didn't care. Always, when I was in trouble, it's just a moment, and just a little while, he gave me something, and I got back out of it. So it's amazing. But still, I didn't relate everything that's happening in my life to God. I didn't relate it to God. But when I was in the doctoral program at Iowa State, there was a kind of a challenging and complicated moment, and my dissertation chair, I thought, might be in trouble because of me. So I was desperate, and I hated it because I don't like any kind of situation that made other people in trouble because of me. So I was very desperate, and that made me go to church. I just walked to the church myself. Nobody asked me to go to church. I did it myself because I wanted to pray to God. I wanted to pray to God to help her, not me, to help her. But then, oh my God, I just kneeled on. It was December, and I kneeled on the very cold floor. The floor is not even wooden floor; it's just a cement floor or whatever. So it was very very cold. I kneeled, and like for an hour, I just prayed. Maybe because I was desperate. I wanted something. I wanted to hear something or whatever. But then something happened. What something is that he he took me to where I was with my, uh, sexual abuse. So I didn't understand why. Yeah, I am praying. I am praying to you for my um, dissertation advisor. Why do you take me there? I didn't understand. But that was just a moment. I just immediately I finally realized that all my fear and my uncomfortable feeling with the people are from that traumatic event. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of my healing journey, and that was the beginning of me thinking about helping other um, survivors by doing something. So yeah. So yeah, because you asked me about the religion. So religion at the moment, not at the time, at the moment is everything to me. Religion is in the center of everything I'm doing, in the center of who I am. Yeah, it's just everything.
And did you grow up going to church, or is that something that came later?
No, it came later. And when I was in the first grade, yeah, there was a first church in my little town. There was a first church being established. My grandmother back then was a Buddhist. She was a Buddhist, and she didn't want me to go. So okay. So and then in high school, I had a chance to go to church. Yeah, so from high school, I began going to church, but not as a regular church goer. I was never a regular church goer until I reached my 40s. Because I never related whatever happened in my life to God. I never related my life to God at the time. I just I kept asking so many questions to him. Why did you bring me here? What is the purpose? Yeah, it's the same question. I kept asking the same question. Because my life back then was not happy. Many brothers and sisters, and they were like tyrants. And also my parents also going through ups and downs with their business. Yeah, so it was not my childhood was not really happy moment to me. So I kept asking the same questions. Why did you bring me here? What's your purpose? I never asked you to bring me here. It's just, there's so many similar questions. Yeah.
Do you have a sense of that answer or purpose now? What is that for you? Or are you still asking?
Right now, I don't ask because already I heard all kinds of answers. Absolutely. And even when I don't ask questions, he keeps reminding me of many things. For example, I have a bigger goal, and at the moment I achieved a small goal, and then I am very complacent. Then it pops to my mind. Okay, this is not your goal. Okay, this is not your goal. Your goal is out there. Okay, so something like that is. I mean, it feels he's always just with me, around me. He doesn't communicate with me through human language, but he makes me feel. Yeah, he makes me feel his love. That's so precious and undescribable most of the time. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I know that that's deeply personal, and I just so appreciate you talking about it.
If you're not Christian, I am Catholic. I apologize. I am so immersed.
Oh my gosh, no. I love talking to people from all different faiths. And I mean, personally, I'm Buddhist and pagan. As both, and and for me, it's divinity is divinity, and it takes many forms for many different people. And I love hearing from all sorts of different people. And if spirituality has been healing to them, then I love to give them a chance to talk about that healing and the place that that it holds for them, so that
Mhm.
other survivors can hear, and maybe it will help them, and and they'll find something that they're looking for. So absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because I don't know. I mean, isn't it like a chance? Because what if there was a temple instead of a church when I was in my first grade, right? Because the first church was established when I was first grade in my little town, and I was interested in that building. Okay, so what might people do in that building, etc. What if there was a temple, right, instead of a church? Then probably I might be interested in temple, maybe, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe it's a chance, yeah, right? It's a chance. But anyway, God came to me first, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I met God. So
Yeah. Well, and that's personally how I feel is that God, whatever form it takes for anyone, that it takes the form that it's meant to take for each person. So, like different places, it comes down in different ways, different houses. For you, it was a church, for me, it was a temple, and for someone else, it's a mosque. Like that, that it takes the form it needs to take. And, if it takes any form at all, that it's
yeah.
all, it's to me, God means love,
Mhm.
and love takes so many forms. And,
Yeah.
and that's,
Yeah.
and I think that's beautiful. So, yeah.
Mhm.
So I'd love to ask, where have you found the most support in your healing journey? Has therapy been a part of your journey? And just where have you found strength and support as you've been healing?
Where I think two things I can tell you. One thing is reading. Try I try to read as many as possible.
Mhm.
And the other is questions to myself. I kept asking questions to myself. Um, I yeah, I just didn't just care if I am doing the same thing over and over. I just didn't care and just leave myself alone. I asked myself, why do you do that over and over? Or why are you who you are all the time? Can you be somebody else? Can you be, yeah, can you be better like that, right? How can you be the same, right? Isn't it boring, right? Etc. So because how can you be the same, right? Today, if you do something, you might be better tomorrow. Today you didn't do anything. You might be worse tomorrow, etc. How can you be the same if you are alive? So I keep asking, even nowadays, I keep asking myself many questions. And then oh, yeah. So yeah, that process makes me, go to many places, which might be the answers to my question. Yeah, that I think that's one of the things. Yeah, reading and asking questions to myself.
I love that answer. I love that answer. Like that introspection and willingness to ask those hard questions of yourself. It's something that is so incredibly important, and it's something that that not everyone can do, or is inclined to do naturally. And yeah.
I just realized that when I was very young that I was a kind of person who kept asking questions because even when I was sexually abused at the age of 4 for the first time, I asked myself, what do I have to do? But I didn't know the answer to the question. But I asked myself the question, right? I was just a 4, but I asked myself, what do I have to do? This guy kissed me. What do I have to do? But I didn't know, absolutely. Yeah, so that was me, and that's me. I keep asking myself questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mind if I ask, 4 is such an incredibly young age. While this was going on, was there a point in time, like, or a period of years that you believed that this was normal, or did you always have a sense that this was not supposed to be happening, or that this was something that was wrong that your brother was doing?
No, that guy was not one of my brothers. He was just a stranger.
Oh, okay.
Just a yeah, just for a for a few months. He joined the family, and yeah, he lived with us. Uh, I don't I have no idea what happened at the time, but anyway, my father made him stay with my family, and that's what happened. And yeah, it's all about culture, touching or you know converse how you converse with others, how you respond. Everything is about culture. So back then, in our culture, uh, grown-ups can hug little kids and kiss them, etc. It was a lot to them.
Mhm.
They could do it because I mean, yeah, the elderly were just respected. They had they were given some privileges. They can do whatever they could do whatever they wanted. So even though I feel uncomfortable, I had to bear with it, and that was a part of a cultural norm. And yeah, so he was older, absolutely older, but what he was doing is more than I expected, right? More than what I expected. That's why I asked myself a question: what is he doing? What do I have to do? Yeah, so I still remember. I was only 4, but I did that. So that's how I discovered who I was. I am a kind of person who kept asking questions. Yeah.
It's an incredibly important quality. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hi. So yeah. Thank you for that.
Mm.
But that helps a lot. That helps me learn so many more that I can. Mm.
And when did you start talking openly about the abuse?
When I just before I flew to Vietnam, I joined my friend who is now a vice president of my nonprofit. Yeah, so like for a few months, he just invited me to join his family. Um, and then yeah, it was at that time I opened my mind and began talking about my experience to him. And I mean, it's weird. And men, it was men who abused me. But then this guy, who's a man, makes me want to open the door to my heart. So it's just life is worth living, and life it can be horrible. So yeah, so that's how I got back and think differently. Um, because until then, I never thought that I could love guys, male figures, guys as they are. So yeah, so during that time, I began talking to him about my abuse, and it was him who always listened to me, and I mean, the way he's listening was different. That made me want to talk more about me. So, I mean, it was just an amazing process. And it was him. I, for the first time, talked about my idea to establish a nonprofit too. And it was also him that I invited to join me to work together.
Mhm.
So it's incredible, and he and his family are very precious, so precious, very very precious.
Mm.
And yeah. So his wife and I were a part of. It's a part of a choir, church choir. That's how we got to know each other. Yeah, it was incredible. And without him, I don't think anything happened. It's all him. He allowed me to use his part of his property for nonprofit, etc.,
wow.
etc. It's all him. Yeah, it's all him that made everything happen. He just
Wow.
listened. Yeah, and he just listened, and then he just provided everything. It's just amazing.
That's incredible.
So yeah, my nonprofit is a part of his property actually, but he made me do it. Yeah, he makes me do it.
Yeah, those are the people that are just game changers for survivors, people who are
Yeah.
there to really listen with an open heart, like a non-judgmental minds, and support. And I'm so glad
also
that you know each other.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And also, as you know, there are some people who just who just keep changing their minds, right? Like you flip your hand. It's so easy to change their minds for some people. He never changed it. So I actually had a fear. What if he changes his mind, right? Tomorrow, if he changes his mind, everything will be can be gone, right? I have a fear, but he never. Since 2000 something, he never changed anything.
Wow.
So precious.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness for these people.
Yeah, so amazing. I just I cannot describe my feeling about for that because it's just too immense, too big for me. So yeah, I cannot describe how I feel.
And I'd like to ask, what do you wish more people understood about childhood sexual assault?
Yeah, child. So just one thing people can hardly figure out is that kids are the best target. They are innocent. They have no idea, right? Are they educated about sexual abuse? How do they know what's going to happen? They are so innocent. They so out of nothing. They know nothing, right?
Yeah.
What they think is the world with lots of beautiful things because what they are saying, what they're reading, everything makes them think that the world is so beautiful. Think about Disney World, Disney movies, etc. Anything for kids.
Magic.
Everything is so wonderful. Yeah, magic. It's a full of magic. It's not realistic at all. But then if you think about think about this. You have a kid, but then at the age of 3, do you wanna teach your kid about sexual abuse, etc., right? Instead of the world with lots of benefits and beauty and values. It's very challenging, right? Very challenging. We need to educate our kids so that they can protect themselves. But then we don't want to destroy the kind of imagination about the world they can imagine. it's hard.
Yeah.
So that's how they are the best target for perpetrators. I mean, the perpetrators are the same people like us, but then it's like addictive, right? The behavior, our behavior is like addictive. Once you do one thing, something, you wanna keep doing it again and again. So it's hard. I mean, it's hard. So we need something, uh, yeah, something
Yeah.
through which people are always reminded. It's not kids. Well, when it comes to child sexual abuse, it's not kids. They can they, for example, can they attract you, right? So that they can be sexually abused? It's not possible at all. It's not possible. It's not even possible to imagine that kind of situation. So it's all about grown-ups when it comes to child sexual abuse. So we need some kind of instrument or channel or whatever through which adults, grown-ups are always reminded. Of course, there are still challenges because we are very different, you know. What we want from our life can be very different, right? So still there might be bad guys and they still want an opportunity to take advantage of kids. It's horrible people, right? They are horrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when it comes to child abuse, too many challenges because the kids themselves have no idea.
I love the conversation around language,
I
providing children with the language that they need in order to express something is happening. You know, because that's part of that easy opportunity. You know, that you know, those bad adults take advantage of.
Yes, I know that because of my experience. I know that even in preschool, kids learn how to protect themselves by using language, right? No, say no, right? If somebody touches you, say no, right? Like that. Yeah. But still, yeah.
Yeah.
They are dreaming. Kids are dreaming about their life, right? They not think about it. They don't think about bad guys. I mean, also we don't, as a probably as parents or as you know, whoever in the family, we don't want our kids to think about bad guys, dark world. We will, yeah, that is a challenge.
Yeah.
It's not real, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to be, you know, filling a child's head with nightmares or the idea of monsters.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if you don't tell your children about monsters, how will they protect themselves from monsters? And
actually, there are monsters, right?
Yeah. And it's hard too for us because we don't want to admit that. You know, it's easy for an adult to say there's no such thing as monsters, and you know, like you turn your head and
exactly,
here
that's
they
right.
are.
Exactly.
Very uncomfortable.
Very, very challenging.
But
I am very ambitious because, like I said, once I decide to do, I want to be the best. So the next step is about my program. We are planning to do a pilot, and so I have to be back in the States, and I'm gonna do the pilot for 2 or 3 months, and we will move on from there. We will do everything we can. I mean, we don't do anything terrible, so we are going to do our best. Not because we want people to know our program, but because we believe that there is something very precious in our program. We believe in the value of our program. So we want people to know about it, and they will decide, right? They will decide. Of course, it's not us, but we want them to know. Yeah. And if we can hear from them as feedback, we can also keep developing our program. So that's my next step.
Mm-hmm.
I was not very successful, like I said, I was not very successful with conversations or some programs that just some programs that I tried in my little journey to healing. I was not successful. That's why that gave me motivation. That's why I decided to develop a program based on what I learned from my own journey.
What you would have wanted. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Well, I hope that everything works well with the pilot and that it's everything and it comes together the way that you want it to. Yeah.
We are working on it because first of all, I need a visa. So I'm working on that. So everything is ongoing, and I will see in a few months. I will see the answers.
Yeah. Well, and many good thoughts to you in terms of visa stuff is always such a headache. So sending good vibes your way with that one.
I'm almost done because I've been working on it with a lawyer, and it's been months, and she's going to submit everything. So yeah.
Well, and I'd like to I said one more question, but I want to just offer an opportunity. So before I ask my final question, I want to make space for something. And whenever I have a member of the BIPOC community on, I do want to make space for if you would like to talk about race or racism, if that has played any part in trauma or healing for you, or if you want to talk about it, I want to give you that opportunity. And if you don't want to discuss it, that's totally okay. So I just wanted to make sure that you had that opportunity if you wanted.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind discussing it. So I was very fortunate because I never think that in any part of my life so far, I was a victim of racism racism. That's also amazing. Oops. Can you hear me? It's a low battery, so I'm gonna be gone. It's just a heads up, okay? So if I go, that's it. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So I have never been a victim. I don't know. Probably I look smart. I don't look terrible. So people enjoyed me, and just so never. But then through education, I learned that many people are, going through tough situation, and I can understand that. So, well, I mean, actually, many things are happening in our life. Racism is one of them. Of course, I don't like it. But then when I think about myself and my life, sometimes I question myself. Isn't it racism, right? Are you a racist? So, unknowingly or unconsciously, sometimes we become racist, right? We just don't know. So we need to be aware of being somebody else. Otherwise, we always easily cross the boundary, the border. So we become somebody else. I think so. So, for example, Uh, yeah, I think I have to think about listeners. So, okay, I would not talk about color, etc. Okay, so yeah, that's what I learned. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is my preference. Yeah, yeah, really. So, yeah, I am yellow. I am red. Okay, I like red. I don't like yellow, but people are not colors, right? People are not colors. I mean, even you change your color, right? Your hair color, etc. People are not colors. Okay, you can like colors, right? But people are not colors, you know. I mean, there is so much more value that is incomparable, right? When it comes to human being, you cannot compare a human to like objects, right? Chair. Oh, I like my chair, my table. Oh my God. So, okay. I mean, humans are, it's an incredible creatures. They keep changing their world. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, thinking about human being and their journey from the beginning until now, you know. So we cannot compare our fellow humans to something else and say that, oh, this is my preference. We should not do that. Okay, so that's what I realized. So I think we can easily cross the border. We have to be very careful. I think we have to be aware of it. That's why reading is very important. It keeps it giving us reminders. So
I think
I mean,
those things you
any
mentioned,
book, yeah, any book, you know, a comic book, whatever it is, there is always a story about people. So those kinds of things give us reminders. So reading is very important. If you don't like a reading, you have to do something, anything. You have to do anything so that you keep knowing about what people are going through, right?
Yeah.
What other kinds people are around me, etc. So yeah, oh, very important, I
Yeah.
think.
Well said. Expand your minds, expose yourself to
Yes.
other people's stories that are different from your
Exactly.
own. Yeah. And I love those things that you mentioned, like reading, expanding your mind, and then also very important thing that you mentioned, like that being able to ask yourself that question, am I racist? Like that is as a baseline is like a really important thing to be able to do. And I love that people are starting to have that conversation more and, you know, talk about like this is a question we all need to be asking ourselves. And so yeah, thank you so much for talking about that. I deeply appreciate it. But is there anything that you would like to say to the survivors who are listening?
You are the owner of you, right? That's what I want to say. You are the owner of you. Never ever try to find somebody who can live your life or who can manage your life. No, no, no. You are the owner of you. So, and like I said, you know, one life, one heart. You are the only one, and you have your own heart. Nobody is sharing it with you. Yeah, nobody can be you, etc. Um, and depending on how you think about life, you can even live forever, right? Now think about, you know, Vincent van Gogh, right? He during his life, he sold only one piece of painting, but now everybody knows him. He has a museum. Everybody is not everybody. People are using his paintings to make products, right? Make bags, whatever it is, whatever they are. So depending on what you want to do with your life, you can even live forever. So I hope people think about the value of their life and themselves and never give up on themselves. That's not easy, however, because They have to feel it. They have to trust or believe that they belong to themselves and they are the owner themselves. They have to know that knowing is not easy and accepting is not easy also. So they need to be patient. They need to do something. Otherwise, nobody will help them to realize that they are the owner of themselves. They have to find it out. They have to find it out. They have to do something. As I said, whatever it is, they have to put all of themselves into something. And through that process, they discover themselves.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Yeah. And I love that you talk about that, because it is such a journey, owning yourself and knowing that that you belong to you after experiencing certain traumas in life. So yeah, incredibly important. And yeah, and I'm just so filled with gratitude. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your truth and just like your incredibly beautiful words and sharing so much of your story and of yourself, and for sharing so much of the beautiful work that you're doing in the world. And I'm just so grateful for you and everything that you're doing, and for this time that we had together. And thank you for making this time with me. So I really
thank you
appreciate
for
it.
the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity, your time, and especially your patience. Like I said before, you've been very patient. You tried again and again. You never gave up. You are
Oh, that's right.
special.
In the beginning with the tech stuff.
Yeah, right.
We got here. We did it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And
Thank you.
and have a beautiful rest of evening for you, right? Yeah, have a beautiful rest of your evening. I'm just starting my day.
Thank you. Have a
go
great
get
day.
more coffee. You get some rest.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, take care.